The ancient sands of Egypt cradle many secrets, their whispers carried by the winds across the shifting dunes. Among the mysteries of this storied land, one figure remains veiled in shadows: Hetephernebti, the enigmatic queen who walked alongside Pharaoh Djoser during one of the most transformative periods in Egyptian history. Though the pharaoh's name resounds in the echoes of antiquity due to the magnificent step pyramid of Saqqara, Hetephernebti's story has largely been buried beneath layers of time. Yet, she was there, a queen of both grace and influence, shaping the court and perhaps even the kingdom itself. To understand her life, one must first delve into the world she inhabited, a world brimming with ambition, divine authority, and unparalleled creativity. The third dynasty of Egypt marked the dawn of the Old Kingdom, a golden age often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids. It was a time when the pharaoh was not merely a king but a living god, an intermediary between the heavens and the earth. Djoser, the first ruler of this dynasty, ascended to the throne with a vision that would redefine Egypt's architectural and cultural landscape. His reign heralded the construction of monumental stone structures, a feat that elevated Egypt's prestige to unprecedented heights. Central to his court was Hetephernebti, whose name, meaning satisfied is her face, suggests a woman of serene confidence and enduring beauty. While records of Hetephernebti's life are sparse, the context of her era provides a vivid canvas upon which her story can be painted. She likely came from a noble lineage, perhaps the daughter of a high-ranking official or priest. As was customary for royal brides, her marriage to Djoser would have been a union steeped in both love and political strategy, solidifying alliances that ensured stability in a kingdom poised for greatness. As queen, Hetephernebti would have been a central figure in the royal court, participating in religious rituals, overseeing the management of the palace, and possibly advising her husband on matters of state. The court of Pharaoh Djoser was a hub of innovation and grandeur. The construction of the step pyramid, a six-tiered marvel of limestone, was an unprecedented project that showcased the genius of Imhotep, Djoser's chief architect and a polymath whose contributions to medicine, engineering, and governance earned him divine status in later centuries. Hetephernebti's role in this monumental endeavor is a subject of intrigue, though historical records do not explicitly credit her involvement. The queen's proximity to the pharaoh and her position as a revered figure in the court suggest she may have played a part in the vision that brought the pyramid to life. Hetephernebti's presence would have been a constant reminder of the divine order that underpinned Egyptian society. Queens of her era were often depicted in close association with goddesses, serving as earthly embodiments of their power and grace. In ceremonial processions, she would have appeared adorned in elaborate jewelry, her garments woven with fine linen, symbolizing the prosperity and sophistication of the kingdom. Her role was not merely ornamental. Queens were integral to the religious and political fabric of ancient Egypt. They performed rituals to honor the gods, ensured the continuity of the royal lineage, and acted as mediators between the pharaoh and his subjects. Beyond the grandeur of court life, Hetephernebti's world was shaped by the challenges and triumphs of her husband's reign. Djoser faced the immense task of consolidating power in a kingdom divided by regional loyalties. His ambitious building projects, including temples and granaries, were not only demonstrations of his divine authority but also practical solutions to strengthen the kingdom's infrastructure. Hetephernebti would have witnessed these efforts firsthand, her life intertwined with the sweeping changes that defined this pivotal era. As queen, Hetephernebti likely played a crucial role in the social and religious ceremonies that underscored the unity of the kingdom. Festivals such as the Sed Festival, which celebrated the pharaoh's rejuvenation and divine right to rule, would have seen her at the pharaoh's side, embodying the harmony and prosperity of their reign. These public appearances reinforced the image of the royal couple as a divine partnership, a union blessed by the gods to guide Egypt to glory. Despite her prominence during Djoser's reign, Hetephernebti's legacy has been overshadowed by the grandeur of the step pyramid and the achievements of her husband. The absence of extensive records about her life speaks to the broader challenge of reconstructing the stories of women in ancient history. Yet, the fragments that remain, her name inscribed on a relief here, a depiction of her likeness there, hint at a life of significance and influence. These traces invite us to imagine the queen not as a passive figure in the shadow of the pharaoh, but as an active participant in the shaping of Egypt's destiny. The construction of the step pyramid marked a turning point in Egyptian history, not only as an architectural marvel but also as a symbol of the centralized power of the pharaoh. The pyramid's complex, encompassing courtyards, temples, and ceremonial structures, reflected the sophistication and ambition of Djoser's reign. Hetephernebti, as queen, would have been intimately connected to these developments, her life unfolding within the grandeur of this revolutionary project. The pyramid's completion would have been a moment of immense pride and celebration, a testament to the unity and ingenuity of the royal court. While the details of Hetephernebti's later years remain elusive, her story is inextricably linked to the enduring legacy of Djoser's reign. The step pyramid stands as a monument not only to the pharaoh's vision but also to the society that supported and celebrated it. In this sense, Hetephernebti's life is a reminder of the countless individuals who contributed to the achievements of ancient Egypt, their stories waiting to be uncovered and remembered. The sands of time may have obscured much of Hetephernebti's life, but her presence lingers in the whispers of history. She was a queen of the Nile, a woman whose grace and strength left an indelible mark on the foundations of a civilization that continues to captivate the world. As we embark on this journey through her life, we uncover not only the story of a forgotten queen, but also the enduring spirit of ancient Egypt itself. The story of Hetephernebti begins long before she became a queen, nestled in the fertile lands of the Nile Delta, where life flourished under the sunlit skies of ancient Egypt. Her origins, though not precisely documented, suggest that she hailed from a family of nobility or priestly lineage. In this land of gods and kings, a girl destined for greatness would have been steeped in the traditions, values, and rituals that defined Egyptian society. Hetephernebti's early years unfolded in an era of transformation. The Third Dynasty heralded a time of consolidation and innovation, as Egypt emerged from the turbulence of its formative years to establish a unified and powerful kingdom. The royal court, based in Memphis, stood as the epicenter of governance, religion, and culture. It was in this dynamic environment that Hetephernebti likely grew up, her life shaped by the rhythms of the Nile and the grandeur of the palace. The Nile was more than a river. It was the lifeblood of Egypt, dictating the rhythms of agriculture and providing the resources that sustained its civilization. Hetephernebti's family, possibly landowners or high-ranking officials, would have benefited from the abundance of the annual inundation, which transformed the barren lands into fertile fields. These early experiences would have instilled in her a profound respect for the land and its cycles, a reverence that permeated every aspect of Egyptian life. From a young age, Hetephernebti would have been immersed in the cultural and spiritual traditions of Egypt. The temples, with their towering columns and intricately carved reliefs, were centers of both worship and learning. As the daughter of a noble house, she would have been educated in the arts of diplomacy, religion, and administration. These skills would later serve her well as queen, enabling her to navigate the complexities of court life and contribute to the governance of the kingdom. Her path to the throne began with her marriage to Djoser, a union that was as much a political alliance as it was a personal bond. In ancient Egypt, royal marriages were carefully orchestrated to reinforce the stability of the kingdom. Hetephernebti's family, with its ties to the priesthood or regional governors, would have been a valuable ally to the royal house. Through this marriage, Hetephernebti ascended to the position of queen, her role intertwined with the destiny of the pharaoh. The ceremonies surrounding her marriage would have been grand and deeply symbolic. The rituals performed were not merely personal but also public affirmations of the divine order. As the new queen, Hetephernebti would have been adorned with elaborate regalia, her image crafted to reflect the ideals of beauty and grace. Jewelry made of gold and precious stones, garments of fine linen, and a crown befitting her status would have marked her as a figure of both earthly and divine significance. Hetephernebti's early days in the royal court would have been a period of adjustment and learning. The palace at Memphis was a bustling center of activity, its halls filled with scribes, officials, priests, and artisans. As queen, she would have had her own household, complete with attendants and advisors. Her responsibilities would have ranged from overseeing the daily operations of the palace to participating in religious ceremonies and festivals. One of her most significant roles was as the pharaoh's consort and partner in the divine kingship. In ancient Egyptian belief, the queen was often associated with goddesses such as Hathor or Isis, figures who embodied love, motherhood, and protection. Hetephernebti's presence alongside Djoser would have been seen as a manifestation of these divine qualities, reinforcing the legitimacy and sanctity of his rule. The bond between Hetephernebti and Djoser was likely one of mutual respect and collaboration. While the pharaoh was the supreme ruler, the queen's influence could be profound, particularly in matters of diplomacy and religion. Hetephernebti's intelligence and poise would have made her a valuable advisor, her perspective complementing Djoser's vision for the kingdom. Together, they formed a partnership that guided Egypt through one of its most remarkable periods of development. Hetephernebti's journey from a noble daughter to the Queen of Egypt was emblematic of the opportunities and challenges faced by women in positions of power in ancient Egypt. While her role was defined by tradition and expectation, she also had the agency to shape her destiny and contribute to the legacy of her time. Her story, like the Nile itself, flowed through the heart of Egypt, a testament to the enduring strength and grace of its queens. As the sun set over the golden sands of the Nile, Hetephernebti stood as a beacon of hope and stability, a figure whose influence would ripple through the annals of history. Her early life and ascension to the throne laid the foundation for a reign marked by innovation, unity, and the timeless pursuit of greatness. In the shadow of the step pyramid, her story begins to take shape, a narrative woven into the fabric of a civilization that continues to captivate the world. The ascension of Pharaoh Djoser to the throne of Egypt marked the dawn of a transformative era, not only for the kingdom but also for those closest to him, including his queen, Hetephernebti. His reign heralded the beginning of the Third Dynasty, a period characterized by innovation, consolidation, and the laying of foundations for the Old Kingdom's enduring grandeur. As Djoser rose to power, Hetephernebti found herself at the epicenter of a changing Egypt, a nation poised to redefine its identity and influence. Djoser's path to the throne was not merely the result of hereditary succession, but also a testament to the unyielding ambition and vision that defined his rule. Egypt during this time was a land of vast potential but fragmented unity. While the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt had been achieved in prior centuries, the vestiges of local rivalries and divided loyalties persisted. Djoser inherited a throne that required not only authority but also an astute political acumen to maintain control. This was a challenge that Hetephernebti, as queen, would help him meet. When Djoser took the throne, Egypt was transitioning from its formative years of centralized rule. The early dynasties had laid the groundwork for a unified state, but the power of local governors and regional elites still posed a potential threat to the absolute authority of the pharaoh. Djoser understood that his reign needed to solidify this unity, not through brute force but through a combination of diplomacy, religious reform, and monumental construction projects that would awe his subjects and reinforce his divine mandate. As his consort, Hetephernebti's role was both symbolic and practical. Her marriage to Djoser was likely part of a broader strategy to strengthen alliances with influential families, particularly those in regions crucial to the kingdom's economic and military stability. Beyond the political implications, Hetephernebti's presence in the royal court brought a sense of balance and grace, reinforcing the image of a harmonious and divinely ordained leadership. Djoser's rise was indelibly linked to one of the most remarkable figures of ancient Egypt, Imhotep. His chief architect and advisor, Imhotep was a man of unparalleled genius, whose contributions spanned architecture, medicine, and governance, recognizing the potential for his reign to be remembered through the ages. Djoser entrusted Imhotep with the ambitious task of constructing a burial complex that would eclipse all those before it. Hetephernebti, as queen, would have been closely associated with these monumental endeavors. The step pyramid, envisioned by Imhotep, was not merely a tomb but a statement of divine authority and a testament to the ingenuity of the Egyptian people. Its construction was a massive undertaking, requiring the labor of thousands and the coordination of resources on an unprecedented scale. While historical records do not explicitly detail Hetephernebti's involvement, her position in the court suggests that she may have played a role in supporting and facilitating this ambitious project. The relationship between Djoser, Imhotep, and Hetephernebti forms a compelling dynamic in the story of Egypt's transformation. While Djoser provided the vision and authority, Imhotep executed the plans with unparalleled skill, and Hetephernebti's presence lent an air of divine legitimacy to the endeavor. Together, they formed a triumvirate that propelled Egypt into a new era of innovation and cultural achievement. Central to Djoser's rise was the reinforcement of the pharaoh's divine status. In ancient Egypt, the king was not merely a political leader but a living god, an intermediary between the mortal world and the divine. Djoser's reign saw significant developments in religious practices, many of which were reflected in the construction of the step pyramid complex. Hetephernebti, as queen, played a crucial role in these religious reforms. She was likely involved in rituals and ceremonies designed to affirm the divine nature of the royal couple's rule. In artistic depictions, queens were often associated with goddesses such as Hathor, who represented fertility, motherhood, and the protection of the kingdom. By embodying these qualities, Hetephernebti reinforced the sacred image of the royal family and its connection to the gods. The step pyramid complex itself was a manifestation of these religious ideals. Surrounding the pyramid were temples, courtyards, and ceremonial spaces designed to facilitate rituals that ensured the pharaoh's divine protection in both life and death. These structures were not only expressions of architectural brilliance, but also symbolic representations of the cosmos, with the pyramid serving as a bridge between heaven and earth. The early years of Djoser's reign were marked by both challenges and triumphs. The construction of the step pyramid, while a monumental achievement, required the mobilization of vast resources and labor. This would have placed significant strain on the kingdom's economy and workforce. Djoser's ability to overcome these challenges speaks to his leadership and vision, but it also highlights the importance of a unified and efficient administration. Hetephernebti's influence in the court likely extended to matters of governance and diplomacy. As queen, she would have had access to the pharaoh's closest advisors and would have played a role in mediating disputes and fostering alliances. Her intelligence and poise made her an invaluable partner to Djoser, complementing his authority with a sense of stability and grace. The bond between Djoser and Hetephernebti was more than a marriage. It was a partnership that shaped the course of Egyptian history. Together, they navigated the complexities of governance, religion, and monumental construction, leaving a legacy that would endure for millennia. While Djoser is often remembered as the visionary pharaoh who ushered in a new era, Hetephernebti's contributions to this legacy should not be overlooked. Her role as queen was integral to the stability and success of the kingdom. Her influence felt in both the public and private spheres of royal life. As the step pyramid rose from the sands of Saqqara, it stood as a testament to the ambition and ingenuity of Djoser's reign. Yet, within its shadow lies the untold story of Hetephernebti, the queen who walked beside him through the triumphs and trials of their shared destiny. Her life, though shrouded in mystery, remains a vital thread in the tapestry of Egypt's golden age. The rise of Pharaoh Djoser was not merely the story of a king but of a kingdom and a queen, united in their pursuit of greatness. as Egypt moved toward its zenith. The seeds planted during Djoser's reign began to bear fruit, setting the stage for the monumental achievements of the Old Kingdom. Hetephernebti's role in this transformative period reflects the strength and resilience of a queen who, though often overshadowed by her husband's legacy, remains an enduring symbol of grace and influence in the annals of history. The court of Pharaoh Djoser was unlike anything Egypt had seen before. Nestled in the vibrant capital of Memphis, and later immortalized at the Grand Step Pyramid Complex in Saqqara, it became the nucleus of political power, religious devotion, and architectural ingenuity. It was within this grand court that Queen Hetephernebti came into her own, navigating the intricate web of courtly life while supporting her husband during one of the most transformative reigns in Egypt's history. The life of the royal court was a delicate balance between grandeur and pragmatism. On one hand, it was an ostentatious display of wealth and divine authority. On the other, it was a hub of governance where decisions affecting the kingdom were made. Hetephernebti's role in this environment was both symbolic and substantive. As queen, she was the embodiment of fertility, harmony, and divine grace, but she was also a trusted partner in statecraft, a figure whose presence carried significant weight in matters of politics and religion. Saqqara was not merely a construction site for the Step Pyramid, but a bustling center of activity where artisans, laborers, priests, and officials converged. The royal court was a microcosm of this energy. Hetephernebti's residence within the court was undoubtedly luxurious, adorned with fine linens, intricate carvings, and precious metals that symbolized the prosperity of Djoser's reign. Yet, her days were far from idle. Hetephernebti's daily life would have been filled with ceremonies, meetings, and rituals. These responsibilities were not only a reflection of her status, but also a means of reinforcing the pharaoh's divine authority. Festivals and public appearances were opportunities for the royal family to connect with their subjects, showcasing their unity and strength. In these moments, Hetephernebti was not merely an observer but an active participant, her presence lending credence to the grandeur of the occasion. The court of Saqqara was steeped in religious tradition, with the pharaoh serving as the high priest of all temples and the earthly representation of the gods. Hetephernebti, as queen, was intricately involved in these religious practices. Her role extended beyond ceremonial appearances to include active participation in rituals that ensured the favor of the gods and the prosperity of the kingdom. Hetephernebti's connection to the goddess Hathor was particularly significant. Hathor, often depicted as a cow or a woman with a sun disk, was the goddess of love, music, and motherhood. The queen's identification with Hathor reinforced her role as the protector of the royal family and a source of fertility and abundance for Egypt. In temple reliefs and carvings, Hetephernebti may have been depicted alongside Hathor, symbolizing her divine connection and the sanctity of her position. The construction of the Step Pyramid Complex at Saqqara was a monumental undertaking that reflected the ambitions of Djoser's court. The pyramid itself, designed by the visionary architect Imhotep, was surrounded by a sprawling complex of temples, courtyards, and ceremonial spaces. These structures were more than architectural marvels. They were physical manifestations of the divine order and the pharaoh's eternal authority. Hetephernebti's role in the court would have given her a unique perspective on this project. While Djoser and Imhotep were the primary architects of this vision, Hetephernebti's support and influence within the court were critical to its realization. Her participation in ceremonies held at the pyramid complex would have underscored its significance as a sacred space, linking the earthly realm with the divine. Life at court was not without its challenges. The consolidation of power under Djoser required careful navigation of alliances and rivalries among the kingdom's elite. Hetephernebti's position as queen made her a key figure in these dynamics. Her intelligence and diplomatic skills were likely instrumental in maintaining harmony within the court and ensuring the loyalty of regional governors and officials. The queen's influence extended to matters of diplomacy, where she played a role in forging alliances with neighboring regions. Marriages, trade agreements, and religious exchanges were all tools of diplomacy, and Hetephernebti's involvement in these endeavors reinforced the stability of the kingdom. Her grace and poise in these interactions would have been a reflection of the court's sophistication and the strength of Djoser's rule. Hetephernebti's household was a reflection of her status and responsibilities. It would have included attendants, scribes, and advisors who assisted her in managing the day-to-day affairs of the palace. The queen's household was also a center of cultural and artistic activity, where music, poetry, and craftsmanship flourished. These pursuits not only enriched the royal court, but also served as a means of projecting the kingdom's prosperity and cultural sophistication. Among her attendants, Hetephernebti likely had close confidants who supported her in both personal and official capacities. These relationships were vital in navigating the complexities of court life, providing the queen with a network of trusted allies within the palace. The court of Saqqara, with its blend of grandeur and innovation, left an indelible mark on Egypt's history. It was a place where the divine and the mortal intertwined, where decisions were made that shaped the course of the kingdom. Hetephernebti's role within this court was a testament to her strength and adaptability, qualities that enabled her to thrive in an environment of constant change and challenge. As the step pyramid rose from the sands of Saqqara, it became a symbol not only of Djoser's reign but also of the vibrant court that supported him. Hetephernebti's presence at the heart of this court underscores her importance as a queen whose influence extended far beyond the walls of the palace. Her life within the court of Saqqara was a microcosm of the broader changes taking place in Egypt, a reflection of a kingdom on the cusp of greatness. In the shadow of the step pyramid, the story of Hetephernebti and the court of Saqqara continues to captivate, offering a glimpse into a world where ambition and tradition converged to create one of history's most enduring civilizations. Hetephernebti's influence extended far beyond her ceremonial role as queen. In the heart of Egypt's grandiose royal court, she wielded a subtle but significant power, shaping the political, cultural, and spiritual landscape of the kingdom. As consort to Pharaoh Djoser, she was not merely a passive observer but an active participant in the governance and cultural advancements that defined one of Egypt's most transformative eras. Her presence in the court was both a stabilizing force and a symbol of divine legitimacy. Egyptian queens were often perceived as earthly manifestations of goddesses, and Hetephernebti was no exception. Her association with deities such as Hathor and Isis reinforced her role as a protector of the royal lineage and a symbol of fertility and prosperity. This divine aura not only elevated her status among her people, but also allowed her to influence decisions that shaped the kingdom's future. Hetephernebti's involvement in state affairs likely included advising Djoser on matters of diplomacy and governance. Her marriage to the pharaoh symbolized unity and strength, and her voice in court discussions would have carried significant weight. While ancient texts often omit detailed accounts of Queen's political contributions, the stability and success of Djoser's reign hint at the crucial role she played behind the scenes. The Queen's influence was also evident in Egypt's cultural and artistic endeavors. Under Djoser's reign, monumental advancements in architecture and the arts flourished, epitomized by the construction of the step pyramid complex at Saqqara. While Imhotep's genius and Djoser's vision are widely recognized, the Queen's support and involvement cannot be overlooked. Her presence at ceremonial events and her likely patronage of artists and craftsmen contributed to the vibrancy of Egypt's cultural achievements during this time. Hetephernebti's role extended to the spiritual domain as well. She participated in religious rituals and ceremonies that underscored the divine nature of the pharaoh's rule. These rituals were more than symbolic acts. They were essential to maintaining the favor of the gods and ensuring the kingdom's prosperity. As queen, Hetephernebti's participation in these ceremonies reinforced her status as a bridge between the mortal and divine realms. In addition to her public duties, Hetephernebti's private life reflected the responsibilities and challenges of her position. As the matriarch of the royal family, she played a crucial role in ensuring the continuity of the royal lineage. Her children would have been groomed from an early age to uphold the traditions and responsibilities of the monarchy. a task that required her guidance and wisdom. The queen's influence was not confined to the palace. Her name and image were likely known throughout the kingdom, serving as symbols of stability and divine favor. In a society deeply rooted in religious and social hierarchies, Hetephernebti's position as queen carried immense symbolic weight, shaping the perception of the royal family among Egypt's people. Despite the scarcity of records detailing her life, the legacy of Hetephernebti's influence is woven into the fabric of Djoser's reign. Her contributions, though often overshadowed by the grandeur of the step pyramid and the achievements of her husband, were integral to the success and stability of the kingdom. She was a queen who understood the power of her position and used it to guide Egypt through a pivotal moment in its history. As the sun set on her life, Hetephernebti's influence endured, reflected in the enduring legacy of the Third Dynasty and the monuments that continue to captivate the world. Her story, though fragmented and often obscured, remains a testament to the strength and wisdom of Egypt's queens, whose contributions shaped the destiny of one of history's greatest civilizations. The reign of Pharaoh Djoser, though often celebrated for its grandeur and innovation, was not without its moments of hardship and uncertainty. For Queen Hetephernebti, these challenges were not mere episodes in her life but defining moments that tested her resilience, wisdom, and devotion to the kingdom. The trials that emerged during this period, natural disasters, economic pressures, and the intricacies of court politics, would demand the combined strength of the royal couple and their closest advisors. These years, marked by both strife and perseverance, would shape the legacy of Djoser's reign and solidify Hetephernebti's place in the annals of Egyptian history. One of the most significant challenges of this time was a prolonged famine, an event that reverberated throughout the kingdom. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, failed to inundate its banks with the expected regularity, leaving the fields barren and the granaries empty. This crisis, devastating in its immediate effects, also threatened the delicate balance of power and faith that upheld the pharaoh's divine authority. For Hetephernebti, the famine was a test of her role as the nurturing and stabilizing figure of the royal family. Alongside Djoser, she participated in rituals and offerings to the gods, imploring them for the return of the Nile's bounty. Her image as a maternal protector, deeply tied to deities such as Hathor and Isis, became a beacon of hope for a population in despair. The famine also brought about an unprecedented moment of collaboration between Djoser and his renowned architect and advisor, Imhotep. Together, they sought both spiritual and practical solutions to the crisis. Historical accounts suggest that the pharaoh consulted the gods through oracles and sought guidance from the sacred texts stored in the temples. Imhotep, ever the pragmatic genius, devised strategies to maximize the kingdom's resources and implement more efficient agricultural practices. Hetephernebti's presence during these deliberations, though less documented, would have been essential. Her role in maintaining the morale of the court and the people was crucial in ensuring the kingdom's survival during this difficult time. Court politics, too, presented their share of challenges. As Djoser's reign grew more ambitious, so too did the ambitions of those within his inner circle. The consolidation of power in Memphis and the centralization of governance created tensions among the regional governors and the nobility. Hetephernebti, with her diplomatic acumen and natural poise, often found herself mediating these disputes. Her ability to navigate the intricacies of court intrigue was not only a testament to her intelligence but also a reflection of her commitment to the stability of the kingdom. In the midst of these trials, the step pyramid complex at Saqqara stood as a testament to the resilience and vision of Djoser's reign. This construction, though initiated as a monumental tomb, became a symbol of the pharaoh's enduring legacy and divine favor. For Hetephernebti, the pyramid was more than an architectural marvel. It was a beacon of hope and a reminder of the unity and strength that defined their rule. She played a pivotal role in the ceremonial aspects of the pyramid's construction, participating in rituals that consecrated the site and reaffirmed the divine mandate of the royal family. The challenges of this period also deepened the bond between Djoser and Hetephernebti. Their partnership, forged in the crucible of adversity, became a source of inspiration for their subjects. The queen's unwavering support and wisdom were indispensable to the pharaoh, whose vision for Egypt's future often demanded immense sacrifices. Together, they navigated the trials of their time, their unity serving as a symbol of the resilience and perseverance of the kingdom. As the famine subsided and Egypt began to recover, the lessons learned during this period of hardship left a lasting impact on the kingdom. The innovations in agriculture, governance, and religious practice that emerged during these years would shape the trajectory of the Old Kingdom. For Hetephernebti, the trials of this time were a testament to her strength and devotion, qualities that ensured her enduring legacy as one of Egypt's most remarkable queens. In the face of adversity, Hetephernebti's grace and determination shone brightly, illuminating the path forward for her people. Her story during this time of trials is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, the strength of a leader and the unity of a kingdom can overcome the greatest challenges. As Egypt emerged from this period stronger and more unified, Hetephernebti's role in guiding the kingdom through its trials became an integral part of the legacy of the Third Dynasty. The Step Pyramid of Saqqara, a towering marvel of limestone and ingenuity, stood as the pinnacle of Pharaoh Djoser's reign. Its construction marked a turning point in ancient Egypt's history, transitioning from the rudimentary mud brick mastabas of earlier dynasties to the monumental stone architecture that would define the Old Kingdom. For Hetephernebti, this achievement symbolized not only her husband's visionary leadership, but also the collaborative spirit of a reign that included her subtle yet significant influence. The Step Pyramid complex was more than a burial site. It was a statement of power, divine favor, and cultural advancement, designed by Imhotep, Djoser's chief architect and polymath. The pyramid rose in 6 magnificent tiers, its structure carefully aligned with the heavens. The surrounding mortuary complex, complete with chapels, temples, and courtyards, transformed Saqqara into a spiritual and administrative hub. The queen's role in this project, though not explicitly recorded, was woven into its fabric through her ceremonial duties and her position as a unifying figure in the royal court. The construction of the Step Pyramid was a monumental endeavor requiring the coordination of thousands of laborers, artisans, and officials. The project brought together diverse segments of Egyptian society, fostering a sense of unity and purpose. Hetephernebti's presence in court ceremonies and public rituals associated with the pyramid reinforced the idea of a divine partnership between the pharaoh and his queen. Her role in these events served to validate the legitimacy of the royal family's rule and underscore the spiritual significance of their reign. As the queen, Hetephernebti likely participated in the consecration rituals that sanctified the pyramid complex. These ceremonies, designed to ensure the pharaoh's safe passage to the afterlife, also celebrated the enduring strength and prosperity of the kingdom. Hetephernebti's involvement in these rituals highlighted her role as a spiritual intermediary, linking the mortal realm with the divine and ensuring the favor of the gods for Egypt. The cultural impact of the pyramid. The Step Pyramid's influence extended beyond its architectural innovation. It became a symbol of Egypt's cultural and artistic flourishing, inspiring a new era of creativity. The artisans and craftsmen who worked on the pyramid developed techniques and styles that would influence Egyptian art and architecture for centuries. The queen's patronage of these artists, whether directly or through her influence in the court, contributed to this cultural renaissance. Hetephernebti's personal association with the Step Pyramid also shaped her legacy. As the queen who stood beside Djoser during this transformative period, she became an enduring symbol of stability and grace. Her presence in the court and her participation in state ceremonies ensured that her image was intertwined with the grandeur of the pyramid, immortalizing her role in Egypt's history, a testament to divine favor. In ancient Egypt, monumental architecture was not merely a display of wealth and power. It was a testament to the divine favor bestowed upon the pharaoh. The Step Pyramid, with its intricate design and celestial alignment, was a physical manifestation of this favor. For Hetephernebti, the pyramid also symbolized her own divine association, as queens were often linked to goddesses such as Hathor and Isis. Her role in the rituals and ceremonies surrounding the pyramid reinforced this connection, solidifying her status as a bridge between the gods and the people. The pyramid's enduring presence in Saqqara served as a reminder of the unity and strength that defined Djoser's reign. For Hetephernebti, it was a reflection of the collaborative efforts that characterized their rule. Her influence, though often overshadowed by the achievements of her husband and Imhotep, was an integral part of the success and legacy of this monumental project. Reflections on legacy. As the step pyramid complex neared completion, it became a focal point for the kingdom's celebrations and rituals. Public ceremonies held at the site not only honored the pharaoh but also emphasized the unity of the royal family and the strength of the kingdom. Hetephernebti's participation in these events ensured that her role as queen was recognized and celebrated alongside her husband's achievements. The legacy of the step pyramid extended far beyond Djoser's reign. Its architectural and cultural innovations set a precedent for the great pyramids of the Old Kingdom, including the iconic structures at Giza. Hetephernebti's association with this legacy ensured that her influence would be remembered as an integral part of this golden age. In the shadow of the step pyramid, Hetephernebti's story continues to resonate as a testament to the power of collaboration, vision, and resilience. Her role in shaping the legacy of Djoser's reign is a reminder of the often overlooked contributions of queens in ancient Egypt, whose influence was as enduring as the monuments they helped bring to life. As the reign of Pharaoh Djoser gave way to the passage of centuries, the grandeur of his accomplishments remained, yet the lives of those who stood beside him faded into obscurity. Among them was Queen Hetephernebti, whose legacy, while significant during her time, became increasingly shadowed by the monumental achievements of her husband and the step pyramid. The lack of detailed records and inscriptions dedicated solely to her reflects not just the passage of time, but the broader challenges of preserving women's stories in a patriarchal historical narrative. The later years of Hetephernebti's life remain largely enigmatic. As Djoser's queen, her role in the royal court likely continued to evolve, especially as the step pyramid complex neared completion. Her presence at ceremonies, her involvement in rituals, and her support of the pharaoh's vision for Egypt ensured her place in the annals of history. But these contributions were rarely chronicled with the same fervor as those of the king. For Hetephernebti, this fading into the background may have been both a function of the cultural context and a deliberate choice to emphasize the unity of the royal family rather than individual acclaim. The end of an era. The later years of Djoser's reign were a time of reflection and consolidation. Having achieved monumental architectural, cultural, and political advancements, the focus of the royal court likely shifted toward ensuring the continuity of these achievements. Hetephernebti, as a symbol of stability and grace, would have played a critical role in fostering this continuity. Her influence in the court extended beyond her public duties to her role as a matriarch, guiding the next generation of royals and preparing them to uphold the legacy of the Third Dynasty. As the queen aged, her image as a maternal figure and protector of the royal family would have grown even stronger. In Egyptian art and culture, queens were often idealized as embodiments of nurturing and eternal grace, a reflection of their enduring influence even as they receded from the public stage. Hetephernebti's later life, though obscured by time, was likely defined by this dual role as a public figure and private guide to her family and court. The loss of records. The scarcity of historical records concerning Hetephernebti's life is emblematic of a broader trend in ancient history, where the contributions of queens and other women were often overshadowed by the achievements of their male counterparts. While inscriptions and monuments dedicated to Djoser and the step pyramid abound, references to Hetephernebti are fragmented and often secondary. This absence poses challenges for modern historians seeking to reconstruct her story, but also underscores the importance of piecing together these fragments to highlight her significance. Archaeological discoveries in Saqqara and surrounding regions have provided glimpses into the lives of queens from this era, offering tantalizing hints about their roles and influence. Reliefs, statues, and inscriptions occasionally depict queens alongside their husbands, suggesting a partnership that extended beyond mere ceremonial appearances. For Hetephernebti, these depictions, though rare, reaffirm her position as a vital figure in Djoser's court. A queen's burial. The question of Hetephernebti's burial adds another layer of mystery to her story. While Djoser's step pyramid serves as a monumental testament to his reign, the location and nature of the queen's final resting place remain uncertain. It is possible that she was interred within the pyramid complex itself, her tomb serving as a companion to the pharaohs in the afterlife. Alternatively, she may have been buried in a separate but equally significant site, a reflection of her status and individuality within the royal family. The absence of definitive evidence regarding Hetephernebti's burial highlights the challenges of preserving history in a civilization as ancient and complex as Egypt's. The sands of time, coupled with the selective nature of historical record-keeping, have obscured much of her story, leaving modern scholars to speculate and interpret based on limited evidence. Rediscovering Hetephernebti's story. In recent decades, renewed interest in the lives of ancient Egyptian queens has sparked efforts to uncover the stories of figures like Hetephernebti. Archaeologists and historians, armed with advanced technology and a deeper understanding of Egypt's cultural context, continue to search for clues about her life and contributions. Each discovery, a fragment of an inscription, a depiction on a relief, or an artifact linked to her adds to the mosaic of her legacy. Hetephernebti's story is not just a tale of a queen overshadowed by her husband's achievements, but also a testament to the resilience of historical memory. Despite the gaps in the record, her influence endures in the enduring legacy of the Third Dynasty and the monumental achievements of Djoser's reign. Her presence, though often subtle, was integral to the unity and stability of the kingdom, shaping its trajectory in ways that continue to resonate. A reflection on legacy. The shadow of history may have obscured Hetephernebti's life, but it has not erased her impact. Her story, pieced together from fragments and inferences, serves as a reminder of the often overlooked contributions of women in shaping history. As modern scholars continue to explore the lives of ancient queens, Hetephernebti's legacy offers valuable insights into the complexities of power, partnership, and influence in one of history's greatest civilizations. In the end, Hetephernebti's life is a reflection of the broader challenges and triumphs of preserving history. Her story invites us to look beyond the monuments and inscriptions to uncover the human narratives that define our understanding of the past. Through this lens, the queen who stood beside Djoser emerges not as a shadowy figure but as a vital presence, her influence etched into the foundations of ancient Egypt's enduring legacy. The echoes of Hetephernebti's life linger in the annals of history, entwined with the legacy of Pharaoh Djoser and the enduring marvel of the Step Pyramid. As time marched forward, her contributions became a quiet but integral part of Egypt's narrative, her influence woven into the fabric of a civilization that has captivated the world for millennia. This final chapter reflects on Hetephernebti's legacy, the rediscovery of her story, and her place in the eternal memory of ancient Egypt. The passing of Djoser's reign marked the end of a transformative era for Egypt. The innovations and unity fostered during his rule set the stage for the Old Kingdom's rise as a golden age of monumental architecture, centralized governance, and cultural flourishing. Yet, for Hetephernebti, her legacy persisted not in the towering structures of limestone but in the quieter, enduring impacts of her life and influence. She was a queen who shaped the court, supported her husband's vision, and embodied the divine grace that legitimized the pharaoh's rule. Though the sands of time obscured her individual accomplishments, her role as a partner and stabilizing force for the kingdom remained undeniable. Remembering Hetephernebti through the ages, Hetephernebti's memory was preserved in fragmented but significant ways. Reliefs and inscriptions from the Third Dynasty occasionally depicted her alongside Djoser, emphasizing her role in the royal family's divine narrative. These images, though sparse, reveal a queen who was integral to the rituals and ceremonies that reinforced the pharaoh's sacred authority. Her name, etched into the walls of ancient temples, serves as a testament to her place in Egypt's history, even as the details of her life faded from collective memory. The resurgence of interest in ancient Egyptian history during the 19th and 20th centuries brought new attention to figures like Hetephernebti. Archaeological discoveries at Saqqara and Memphis unearthed clues about her life, sparking efforts to piece together her story. Scholars and historians began to re-examine the role of queens in ancient Egypt, recognizing their contributions not only as consorts but as political and cultural figures in their own right. Hetephernebti's story, though incomplete, offered a lens through which to understand the complexities of power and partnership in the ancient world. Her life illuminated the ways in which queens supported and influenced their husbands, shaped court dynamics, and played pivotal roles in religious and state affairs. Through these insights, Hetephernebti emerged not just as a shadow of Djoser's legacy but as a figure of strength and significance in her own right. The Eternal Pyramid, the Step Pyramid of Saqqara, Djoser's most enduring legacy, remains a physical embodiment of their reign. This towering presence, a symbol of innovation and divine authority, serves as a reminder of the collaborative spirit that defined their rule. While the pyramid is often celebrated as Djoser's achievement, it is also a reflection of the broader court's contributions, including Hetephernebti's role as a supporter and ceremonial participant. For modern visitors and scholars, the Step Pyramid is a portal to the past, offering glimpses into the world of the Third Dynasty. The surrounding mortuary complex, with its chapels, courtyards, and ceremonial spaces, speaks to the grandeur and ambition of the era. Hetephernebti's presence within this space, though less visible than her husband's, is nonetheless a vital part of its story. Her participation in the rituals and ceremonies that consecrated the site ensured its spiritual and cultural significance for generations to come. A legacy rediscovered. The rediscovery of Hetephernebti's story reflects a broader effort to acknowledge the contributions of women in history. As scholars delve deeper into the lives of ancient queens, they uncover narratives that challenge traditional perspectives and highlight the complexities of female power and influence. For Hetephernebti, this renewed attention has brought her story to the forefront, emphasizing her role as a partner, leader, and cultural figure in one of Egypt's most pivotal periods. Modern interpretations of Hetephernebti's life offer a more nuanced view of her legacy. She was not merely a queen who stood beside Djoser, but a dynamic figure who shaped the court, supported the kingdom's spiritual and political endeavors, and left an indelible mark on Egypt's history. Her influence, though subtle, was far-reaching, affecting the cultural and social fabric of the Third Dynasty and beyond. Reflections on Eternal Memory. Hetephernebti's story invites reflection on the nature of historical memory and the ways in which individuals are remembered through time. Her life, though overshadowed by monumental achievements and patriarchal narratives, endures as a testament to the quiet strength and resilience of women in history. Through the fragments of her legacy, we glimpse a queen who navigated the complexities of power and partnership with grace and wisdom. In the broader context of ancient Egyptian history, Hetephernebti represents the often overlooked contributions of queens to the kingdom's stability and success. Her story serves as a reminder that history is not only shaped by towering pyramids and monumental achievements, but also by the lives of those who supported, inspired, and led behind the scenes. A queen eternal, as the sands of Saqqara continue to shift, revealing new insights into Egypt's past. Hetephernebti's legacy remains eternal. She was a queen who stood beside one of history's most visionary pharaohs, a woman whose influence shaped a kingdom and whose memory endures in the whispers of history. Her story, though incomplete, is a testament to the enduring power of resilience, partnership, and grace. In the shadow of the Step Pyramid, Hetephernebti's presence lingers, a silent but profound reminder of the queen who walked alongside greatness. Her legacy, etched into the foundations of ancient Egypt, continues to inspire and captivate, ensuring that her story remains eternal in memory.